Fundação Logosófica, em prol da superação humana.
Hello, welcome to Logosophy TV. My name is Nelson Bellin, and on this episode of Logosophy in 10 Minutes, I am very happy to have back in the studios for her second visit, Celia Rocha. Celia, thanks again for coming back.
Thank you for having me here again. I loved the first time, and I'm sure I'm going to enjoy this time too.
Well, I found it very, very interesting. I heard some things I had not known before. One of the things that I learned was, I thought was very interesting, was your reaction the first time that you heard about Logosophy. And you mentioned how you had, I think it was you, asked your husband Sidney at that time when he first mentioned it, what is this, a religion?
Yeah.
What is this Logosophy? And he had mentioned to you, it's not a religion, it's a science.
It's a science.
So I
and
think
a
that'd be interesting
culture.
for people to know how is Logosophy a science and not a religion?
Okay, I understand it as a science first because it has a method, right? That will tell us what to do in order to achieve the things we want to achieve. Second, because everybody that studies logosophy becomes a researcher, an investigator. You investigate your own life, right? It's a different kind of science because you are the object of the investigation and also the subject. So it's a dual role that we play in this. And it's also a culture because of the educational part and the cultural part that it involves. Logosophy is also an education for children, right? We have schools all over Brazil, in Argentina, in Uruguay, and it's fabulous because people start at a very very early age to learn what is important in life. And I am, let's say, a witness of what it can do because both my children studied at the Colégio Logosófico, the Logosófico School, from a very early age. My son was a year and a half, right? 18 months, and my daughter also. And they studied all the way through the last grade, which was 8 at the time. And
they're both adults.
They're
now.
adults, and, and I can see every day the results of logosophy in them, right? And things that they have learned, how to be better citizens, how to defend themselves for, everything that's bad that is in the world. And when they were 15 and they joined another school
Yes.
for their high school, it was amazing.
The difference.
The
You could see it.
difference. I had no problems. Everybody says that teenagers give you a lot of problems, they're troublesome, they're this. I've never had anything like that because they had defenses, mental defenses. That's something else logosophy, brings to us. How to defend your mind from outer influences. And children learn it from a very, very young age.
Yeah, I always look at Logosophy as sort of providing us with tools that we can use. And as you talked about, it's such an incredible thing for children, especially your children, to sort of have these tools. And something that you mentioned last time, you talked about the deficiencies and propensities that people have, that all of us have.
Yes.
We have a lot of them. We've talked in the past about deficiencies, but propensities is something different from deficiencies.
Oh,
isn't it?
yes.
How so?
Propensities, they're sisters, right? Because some of the propensities will show you the influence of a deficiency or vice versa. Like one propensity that is very easy to observe in most people is like, leave it to chance.
Leave it to chance.
Right? Don't do anything to change matters. You just leave it, right? And it can't be like that. Logosophy teaches you from the very beginning of your studies that you have to become your own providence. You have to take your life in your own hands and guide it to the way that you think and you learn that is the best way, right, for you to become a better person, to become successful in whatever endeavor you take up. And this business of leaving it to chance, you say people, oh, God will take care of me, or luck,
Whatever happens, happens.
yeah,
Right,
whatever. Remember, there's a song that says, que será, será,
Right,
whatever
right.
will
Yeah,
be,
that's
will
it,
be.
that's it,
That
that's it.
is an example
That's
of
the
leaving
propensity
things
right
to
there.
chance.
Yes, exactly.
Right?
And
I
in-
was about 12 when this song came out. And it was a big success with Doris Day, and everybody was saying, que será, será, whatever will be, will be. But what is this? We can't do it.
Right.
You have to take things in your own hands. You have to take matters in your hands and find a solution for each situation. Another propensity is to seek the easy way out. People say, why am I going to make an effort? I don't have to.
Which is something that is actually in the sort of society today is valued actually as something positive, right? To try to find the shortcut.
Yeah,
To
right.
try to find the easy way, the hack.
Yeah,
the easy way to
exactly.
lose weight, or the easy way to get this done.
Yeah, the fastest possible.
Right.
Yeah, but life is not like that.
And that's another one of the propensities, tendency to the easy.
Yeah, another one is isolation.
Isolation.
Yeah, people that tend to be isolated from the rest of mankind, you know?
Exactly.
And there is a saying, a common saying, that no man is an island. And that Logosophy proves it isn't.
Right.
Because interacting with others, we improve what we already know. We enlarge this amount of knowledge that we acquire studying, because in our meetings in Logosophy, each one brings whatever he extracted from what he studied. So if I come with the comprehension like this, and then I hear 1 and 2 and 3, when I go home, I have food for thought. I can sit down and think about what I learned from the others. I don't have to accept everything I hear, because the author of Logosophy, Pecotti, he says he doesn't want anybody to believe.
Very important.
He wants people to know, to find out for themselves what the truth is. And this is what has been, the direction I've been giving to my life.
Yes.
To make sure that things that I incorporate to my life are what is real.
And speaking of real, we have unfortunately come to the end of this interview. Again, this has come so fast. But before we end, I think that maybe some of the people at home might think, well, I know that Logosophy was created by an Argentine author, and so a lot of the texts were originally in Spanish.
Right.
And they might not realize that you actually had a hand in translating or helping to translate some of the Logosophy texts into English. So for the folks at home who maybe want to, the books as well as anyone, who maybe want to start learning more about Logosophy, what book would you recommend maybe to start with, just to wrap things up?
Okay. There are several books already translated and revised that are available in the websites. We usually start with an initiation course into Logosophy.
You would recommend that as the first
That
book
or
to start with?
Logosophical Exegesis, which is also very good because it's simple,
Yes.
right? It's easy to understand.
Yes.
And it explains the basics, the basic concepts. But there are wonderful books, also Mr. Desandra, which is a novel, and Introduction to Logosophical Knowledge, which is this one here. And we have here, it's the translation. There are different lectures, right, that cover an enormous amount of topics
Yes.
that are interesting. And this is bedside reading. Wonderful bedside reading.
Well, I found this incredibly helpful, and
Yeah.
I hope everyone back home who's watching this right now found it a good starting point. So thank
Yeah.
you for all
You're
your knowledge that
welcome,
you've shared with
and
us today,
thank
Celia.
you once again for having me here.
Thank you
Okay,
again.
good.
And thank you for watching. And once again, if you want to learn more about Legosophy, you heard it right from Celia about the books that maybe you should go check out. And of course, check out the other videos on the website. So thanks again for watching. And until next time, take care. So, we're going to have to.
Yeah, I know.